Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2012 Eurocloud Congress. I would like to start by thanking Eurocloud for letting me present this presentation here, which will be talking about deploying cloud apps and services to mobile devices. I think because of that, I really would like to do something just to prove the point that mobile devices are a very important thing in this market nowadays. I'd just like to take a picture of this fantastic audience, if you don't mind, because I will immediately send this to my marketing team back in Portugal, where they will share this in the next 3-4 minutes. And that just to make the point that I think cloud services and mobile devices, are very important for today. With this presentation, I will not be telling you anything you don't already know. I will only be stating the obvious. The marriage between cloud services and mobile devices are not going to end in tragedy. They're going to be a reality. And it will be a very, very long marriage and successful, I can tell you. More specifically, I'll be talking to you about the Mobius project. This is a very interesting project that's being developed and run by a consortium of partners and companies across Europe. And these are all tech companies, and they aim to foster mobile business through enhanced cloud solutions. But first, I'll start by talking about some facts that started this project. So, in our view, it started with the communications going a little bit wild and creating a need for mobile devices and a need for communications to be accessed via these devices. This is even more so in business to business and business to consumer, because it's basically allowing people to communicate with businesses and also with each other on a constant and regular basis. This has also come about because of the massification of the mobile communications that are now available to a very large number of people across the world, and also that are connected at all times, everywhere. This also in turn created a massive demand for the mobile devices and applications that would allow such communications to take place. And also, very importantly, that they will do this on the go. This reality has turned the need for mobile devices for them to be a hub of services, all available in one place, a sort of one-stop shop. It's human nature to have everything grouped in one place. It's just, today everybody's lazier than they were before. They want to have everything in one place, and that's very important. And then we'd also like to talk about, or I would like to talk about another online phenomenon, which we like to call online purchasing. It's also been responsible for increase in demand for mobile devices and cloud solutions, and that is the need for purchasing online. I think we can all agree that online purchasing has become one of the main activities, if not the biggest activity people do today on their mobile devices. Not only is there a large number of people doing it, they can do it anywhere, and they are also not impeded of buying anything across the world. There are no barriers. The speed of purchasing today is staggering, and the way people engage in it is frightening. People now go to shops just to check what they want to buy, what it looks like, the physical appearance of it, but then they go out and buy it online. Companies have already taken advantage of this. Amazon has notoriously offered $5 vouchers for anybody that would buy something from scanned in a shop. And this is showing the potential for mobile devices and business to being done through mobile devices. More and more another strong point for people to adopt mobile devices is that how easy it has to become to purchase anything on the go. Think of Amazon and how you can actually search, compare, and then buy anything in 2 clicks. Just 2 clicks and you can do all that in one go. Also, not only does the market have to deal with all of the above, it still has to be prepared for customers that are connected 24/7 and who are relentless and are not limited with the working hours of a physical shop. Online businesses simply have to be reachable at all times, and in a big way, mobile devices and cloud solutions share the blame for this reality. What I wanted to talk about previously, the online David and Goliath phenomenon, which is something that for us is also an important topic because it has created, again, an environment on the web where smaller businesses have the possibility to really threaten bigger ones. Cloud solutions and mobile devices have been responsible for this. Smaller companies have now the possibility to have their customers access them and their information and their products via mobile devices using cloud solutions that will allow them to be constantly with them at all times. They will accompany their customers from beginning to end and thereon forward. That's a very important reality. Businesses who do battle on the online arena now need to be prepared for fierce competition. And many times from much smaller sized businesses who have taken advantage of the massification of the internet and mobile communications to communicate with a much larger number of end users whilst applying a lot less resources. Smart businesses are also using social network and smart CRM strategies to reach out to the largest audience possible. And again, doing so with using very little resources. And I speak from experience because our company in Portugal is quite small, and we've been able to reach a large number of people using CRM and using social strategies. Also, onto the development, deployment, and delivery of these cloud solutions on mobile devices. Several companies are rushing to either offer them or to just be involved, and this is dangerous, I think. This is something that has hurt cloud computing with a large amount of products, services, and marketplaces that have created an overpopulated cloud computing market that lacks a little bit of credibility. This is, I think, the difficulty for many of those that are involved in the cloud computing market. The effort should really be about simplifying cloud computing. We should let the dust settle because it's such a buzzword, cloud computing, but really it's not that scary. And we should really think about building the right platform and the right cloud solution to then take it to those who really want it and actually need it. In other words, choose the right route to market and deliver the added value of these solutions to its audience. Continuing, gaining credibility is key. You must strike the right partnerships with the right players. In order for this to happen, stakeholders engaged in cloud computing need to be transparent in their ways so that they can gain the confidence of the channel and the target market. They must strike the right partnerships basically to be able to employ their best commercial best practice possible. They don't need to be stubborn anymore, then continue applying traditional commercial practices to cloud computing technologies that simply won't work. Companies must also use the right marketing to sell the added value cloud computing and mobile devices bring to its end users. Don't be afraid to say cloud computing and that your data is being stored in a data center. I think this is still happening today. People don't want to use the word cloud computing in their strategies. Also, make sure to simplify the life of those purchasing such applications. This I speak from experience because we sell directly online, and the experience is a massive part of actually being successful in selling your product. Must provide people with a seamless and easy experience to purchase. This is only going to improve your chances of actually being successful. You must also use the right strategy. It is also, quoting Steve Jobs using a Wayne Gretzky quote, I think it's nice to say because given we're celebrating his passing away. I skate to where the puck is going to be, but not to where it has been. This is crucial. It is important companies engaged in cloud computing stay ahead of the trend and use the right technology at the right time. Do not get caught delivering an outdated cloud application. Also, make sure to get the right price and the right pricing model. Annual, monthly, is it going to be both? Is it going to be freemium? Is it going to be premium? Find out what works for you and actually stick with it. Also, use a sound business model to provide the right solution. In today's financial reality, businesses need to listen to the problem and then offer the solution to fix it. Cloud computing and mobile devices are clearly part of the solution. And what might the solution be, you ask? Well, there are several, and ahead I will present you with a project that is trying to actually be one of the solutions. So, mobile devices are clearly a catalyst for IT growth in cloud services adoption. Also, operators have a variety of assets that can be exploited in a better way. This particularly applies for telcos. They can enhance the user experience by using the unique aspects of the network and infrastructure to differentiate and monetize new and enhanced mobile services. There is also the need for new mobile cloud service platforms for business purposes. This will allow software companies and app developers to deploy a broad range of solutions over a single platform without having to do additional integrations. Oh, sorry, I skipped the slide. Oops, sorry. This will take me into the overview of the points I've just Taking the overview points into consideration, there are main challenges that need to be addressed. There needs to be a build-up of a strategic global approach to mobile cloud. Telcos, developers, and integrators all need to define a clear, transversal, and straightforward strategy. First, they need to have a common understanding of the roles and responsibilities of all in order to achieve a balanced market positioning. Also, there needs to be a rethink of commercial models and subscriber data management. In this point, telcos need to be aligned with other members of the value chain and ensure a joint business plan. Process supporting purchase and usage of cloud services need to be improved for enhanced service provision. We also need to transform business models and develop mobile services. Companies need to develop and adapt cloud offerings for the mobile cloud market. In addition, these services need to be developed in a network-agnostic manner. Lastly, companies must develop efficient cooperation to also create an ecosystem, a successful ecosystem. This shifts in the cloud value chain change the dynamics between telcos, software firms, and integrators. They can reach a large audience by shifting from competition to cooperation. No longer do these companies need to be with their cards in their chest and not showing what their strategies are and what they are doing. Addressing the B2B and B2C market and transforming software vendors from suppliers to partners is what is very important in this model. Which takes me to the next slide, which is about a partnership. This is the Mobis consortium. This is the project I bring to you today. I think this presents with you that those that are involved, and it's a large representation of companies across Europe. It is a balanced representation of some of the main players in the mobile cloud market in their countries, but also in Europe. And this will allow the development of an integrated approach using a service platform together with different mobile cloud solutions provided on top of it. More on Mobis. The Mobis project has a proposed solution to the challenges addressed in the previous slides. It will make available a service platform for mobile business apps. The design will be modularized and on a simplified level will be comprised of two distinct elements. First, an integrating common platform that provides inputs and outputs to the system and hosts the functional elements using cloud computing concepts. The second, the independent components from partners. These will be designed in their common model to be easily pluggable into the overall computing platform described above. And ladies and gentlemen, now I present to you the Mobius project in a nutshell. This is the platform. It's the smart cloud PT platform that is provided by Portugal Telecom. And it literally will just be the service platform where the mobile business apps will all be under. This is a very simplified version of it. But in a nutshell, this is what the business applications will all be hosted in a framework with APIs that will allow it to connect with the mobile application developers. And obviously the smart cloud will be the commercial side where they will offer all the infrastructure. Then I will move on to the business experiments, which is just a very important part of this project. This will basically get the project moving forward. The proposed services will be demonstrated in 6 complementary experiments based on the business solutions of Mobis partners. Specifically, we are working with CRM applications, ERP applications, mobile marketing applications, mobile business intelligence applications, also business collaboration and video conferencing applications, as well as smart grid applications. Right, moving on with the business experiments. Mobis has a strong market orientation and is built upon the business experience of players that already have work developed in this area. Experiments will take place in real-world business environments, allowing the measurement of concrete productivity gains for these businesses. Mobis will also explore innovative mobile solutions in companies from key sectors in Europe with a strong need for real-time business processes. These sectors being construction, energy, retail, and transport. It is also important to note that these businesses experiments will be piloted with 1,300 users across Europe in these countries that are put here in this slide. I think we can all agree that's quite significant, and the results that we get will benefit this industry in Europe largely. Now, the 1,300 users obviously brings me to this slide, the key target groups. Mobius has two major key target groups: the developers and IT providers, where companies such as my own is in, and also the large industries and vertical market segments, the businesses. Mobius will provide added value to these two sectors. App developers and IT companies will be able to reuse Mobius tools to easily extend and deploy their new apps with a minimum integration and customization effort. Also, large industries and vertical market companies wishing to adopt mobility as a way to enhance productivity and their operations. That's also very important. Now, moving forward, I will now move on to the slide with all the stakeholders involved in this project, and also the added value they will gain from these experiments and their results, but also what the future users will gain once it is up and running. The ISVs and the mobile app developers, which have a single point for deploying their apps and services. The service enabler, who will play the role of aggregator. The telco, that provides the connectivity and the infrastructure. The end user, this will which gets the access to a variety of mobile cloud business applications. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my presentation on fostering mobile business through enhanced cloud solutions, and also the presentation of the Mobius project. But before I finish, I would very much like to pay tribute to our partnership with Eurocloud. This is a fundamental point for us. It is a partner that will surely be a central hub for disseminating the results of this project, and it will have a huge impact in the development of this market. Thank you very much for listening, and I would like to thank Eurocloud Europe and Eurocloud Portugal for inviting us and coming here to do this presentation, and that's very much it. Thank you very much.
When did the project start?
I heard that, so I can... the project very much started, I think, around 2 to 3 months ago, so it's very much ongoing at this moment. So we're still in the process of getting all the partners together and doing everything, the plans, and putting it into practice.
How long?
How long will it take? 2 to 4 years?
There was another question.
Why did you choose the countries that you choose, or was it an opt-in kind of program, or how do you end up?
It's a good question, and it's a slide I actually wanted to include in this presentation. I ended up not, because obviously other partners are welcome to this consortium in a future project, perhaps. Initially, this Portugal Telecom, which is the telco in Portugal, which is running this project, chose these particular partners. And Portugal chose PHC because we're a software developer that's been there for a very large amount of years working in these key sectors. But I think they chose these partners because they have experience and work already done in these industries, those industries that I spoke about before. So I think that was sort of like the choosing process.
There's quite some competition from players like Apple Store and so on. Who will put in the marketing budget for making consumers aware? Or
who will put the marketing budget for the marketing for this project?
Yeah.
To market this project. This will be in charge of the consortium. Everybody will chip in, obviously, but Portugal Telecom will take the lead on that. I'm not at liberty to say exactly how much and how they will do this, given that they're not here. But they will be doing that. There is money set aside for this purpose.